That's right, our political insiders, Tony May, Charlie Giroux, join us live in the studio. And we saw you guys earlier on CBS 21 News at 5:30. And any surprises tonight, I guess, is the big question.
Well, I think the big surprise is the margin of victory for Tom Wolf. I mean, Charlie and I agreed on almost all the election outcomes is who was going to win. But the question of the margin, I mean, I thought he would get like 40%, which I thought was high. I thought that would be a real victory. 58% is more than a landslide. It's a tsunami.
About 300,000+ votes.
Yeah. Governor Corbett came out tonight, Charlie, as you probably already know, and he kind of aimed his speech more along the lines of the things we've talked to the governor about, that he's got to make some decisions that aren't going to be that popular when you're running a state like Pennsylvania. Do you think that's the angle his campaign is going to take?
This will be a very interesting race as we go into the fall. Tonight is Tom Wolf's night. Tony's correct. He won by a huge margin tonight. But now it's game on. And the questions that his Democratic primary opponents began to raise are now going to be magnified as voters really begin to take a look at him, and a record with a lot of holes in it. Governor Corbett, meanwhile, has a record of creating jobs under his administration. Unemployment is coming down dramatically. The Commonwealth is in good shape. And moving forward, that's going to be the line that he'll be talking about the most. But I think the campaign will focus on whether or not Tom Wolf is truly ready to be governor.
Is he?
And this is where Charlie and I disagree. I mean, this campaign, no matter what we want to think otherwise, is going to be a referendum on how Tom Corbett has performed as governor. And I think the jury is still out. It's within his grasp, I think, to win this race by conducting the state through some really difficult, uncharted waters for the next six weeks or so. Pensions, minimum wage, this gay marriage thing we just heard about, legalization of marijuana. There's just a host of issues that matter to voters. Whether you poll them on it or not, they matter to voters. And he can pull this one out, or he can just slip away from it.
Now, what about the combined ticket with Lieutenant Governor? Is this going to be a good match with Tom Wolf?
With Mike Stack? Oh, absolutely. Mike is a very appealing candidate. He got 40%, which I thought was going to be a good barometer for, you know, a runaway victory. He presents himself well, handsome guy. Looks like he could be very comfortable sitting in the president's chair in the Senate.
What about the advertising? We've already seen the Jeep and the big white truck. Is it just
your station is going to be very happy over the course of the next few months, Rob, as are all the other television outlets across Pennsylvania, because this will be a media-centric campaign. And unlike what happened in the primary, where Tom Wolf's opponents basically gave him free rein for a long, long time, and the field to himself, the Corbett campaign is not going to make that mistake. They're going to be on the air early. They're going to be telling the Corbett story. And ultimately, Tony, elections are decided on pocketbook issues. The social issues may be there. They may be important, but ultimately people vote their pocketbook and vote their economic future. Tom Corbett has done a tremendous job with creating jobs, with creating an enterprise atmosphere and a context in which businesses can grow and the economy can flourish and jobs can be created. People want that. They're going to support that.
Holly, tonight sounds like they're locked and loaded. Gentlemen, we're out of time. Okay.
Thank you. We know y'all have had a busy day, so we appreciate you coming back so late. But we'll see you again in November for sure.